right, I am LQ, and this is the LQ Review, where we talk about comic books and movies and video games and TV shows and all the wonderful nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Today, I'm going to do a trailer reaction for the new Pokemon movie, a live-action Pokemon movie called Detective Pikachu. Alright, we've already had one trailer for Detective Pikachu, and it was okay. I am not a Pokemon fan. I did not grow up watching any of the Pokemon cartoons, so my experience with Pokemon is very nominal. My son does like Pokemon. He collected the Pokemon cards, and I've taken him to see a couple of the Pokemon cartoon movies. The most recent one I took him to see was Pokemon I See You, or I Choose You. I think it's Pokemon I Choose You. So Pokemon has a lot of lore, a lot of backstory. I think Pokemon I Choose You, I felt like that was a prequel, like a start to the story, so it was a decent enough jumping on point for me as dad. But man, there's a lot to it. It's a rather complicated, convoluted lore that isn't very accessible to somebody who isn't a huge Pokemon fan. So the first Pokemon Detective Pikachu trailer I thought was very accessible to somebody like me. Somebody who hasn't watched all the movies. It was definitely something that was pretty accessible to your average everyday Joe like me. So let's take a look at this Detective Pikachu trailer, and let's see if it continues to be accessible to the average everyday Joe like me. Because those are the people that that the studio is gonna have to win over, is the average everyday people.
So there I was. I woke up with a heavy case of
Pikachu
in the middle of nowhere. The only clue to my path is Harry's name and address inside this hat. So I made my way to the apartment, and that's when I found you and your stapler gun.
Stop talking! You're a hallucination!
You're a hallucination.
I just hear Deadpool.
Talking Pikachu with no memories is addicted to caffeine.
I can stop whenever I want. These are just choices. Another round, extra shot, black as night. Thank you, sweetie. I don't know. Maybe Harry got in too deep. Mixed up the wrong crowd, that kind of thing. Look, you can talk to humans. I can talk to Pokemon. And if you want to find your pops, we're going to need each other.
No, I don't need a Pokemon.
What about a world-class detective? Ah, my clues.
What is all this?
Harry is still alive. Case closed, but still open until I solve it. All right, here it is. Harry faked his own death. Or somebody else faked Harry's death.
I like how they're playing up the detective aspect of it.
Or Harry faked somebody else's death. That last one doesn't work at all.
Great special effects. That was going to be a challenge. We'll talk about that. Yep.
Now, obviously, I've dealt with this pup before, so I'll just do it again.
Hey, bud. What are you doing?
I can't do it when people are watching. Get me the hell out of here!
That's good. I like that.
That's a twist. That's very twisty.
Get him! He's barely moving.
Don't tell him that. Oh, he's on a bike. Quick, get in front of him. Stop. Oh, no. He's going down hard, Tim. Should have worn a helmet.
Alright, so we just watched the second trailer for Detective Pikachu, and I really liked it. I liked it a lot more than the first trailer, actually. So what we got in this was we got more of the story. It looks like Detective Pikachu is looking for somebody. He's on a missing persons case is essentially what it comes down to, and he runs into this human character who can understand what he's saying. So they decide to use each other. So they decide to use each other to try to figure out to have a mutually beneficial relationship. I really liked the special effects. that was one of the things that I wasn't sure about, was how are they going to blend Pokemon in with the real world, and it seems to me like they did it pretty seamlessly. One of the things I mentioned I wanted to see was how are these Pokemon going to interact in a world with humans, and it felt very natural to me. There was the scene where they walked into, it looked like they walked into a bar, and there was a Pokemon in there. It all felt very natural to me. So that's one of the things that they need to sell is this is a world that's been inhabited this way for a long time. The story, I like where that's going. I love the fact that they're playing up the detective angle. I didn't want him to be Detective Pikachu just in name. You know, they really playing up the detective angle. He's on a missing persons case, so I like that. I still just see Deadpool, right? I hear Ryan Reynolds' voice, and I see in my head, I see Deadpool. So that's something that they're gonna, I don't know if they're going to struggle with, but I'm afraid that it might become a struggle as they get deeper into this marketing campaign, that everybody's thinking that this is, everybody sees Deadpool. So I don't think it'll be an issue, but it's something to keep an eye on. Overall, I really like this trailer. I think it gives a much better feel for what the movie is going to be. And as a non-fan, somebody who does not have any kind of attachment to Pokemon, I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready to go see it. So, what did you think of the Detective Pikachu trailer? Is this something that you are going to be buying tickets for opening weekend? Or is this something that you're just not that interested in? Leave it in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button. And you can find me at the LQ Review on Facebook. As always, it's a pleasure having you here to join me as we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Until next time, I am LQ, and this is the LQ Review.